Can you actually retire in Thailand on Social Security alone? It's one of the most common questions I see in Facebook groups, YouTube comments, and retirement forums. Some people will tell you absolutely yes, and others will tell you absolutely not. So who's right? Well, after spending some time traveling through Southeast Asia and Thailand and seeing what everyday life actually costs, I realized the answer isn't really as simple as most people make it sound. Because the truth is, it depends on the lifestyle you want. In today's video, I'm going to show you what I found and who I think can realistically retire on Social Security alone, who probably shouldn't, and the biggest mistake I think people make when asking this question. If you're between 45 and 65 and dreaming about retiring overseas in the next 5 to 10 years, I think this video would save you years of confusion. Hey everyone, welcome back to Budget Travel Therapy. If you're new here, my name is KB and my husband and I recently traveled through Southeast Asia and got real data on what it actually costs to live and retire and slow travel through Southeast Asia. We're not retired yet. We're building toward that future freedom ourselves. And that one thing I think makes this channel a little different. I'm not sitting here telling you what retirement looked like 20 years ago. I'm figuring this out right now alongside you. I'm researching, I'm testing, I'm making mistakes, and I'm collecting data, finding out what it actually costs today in 2026, not 10 years ago, not 20 years ago. We're sharing everything we've learned along the way. Thailand can absolutely be more affordable than many parts of the US, but affordable doesn't automatically mean cheap or poor quality. But cheap doesn't automatically mean happy. Let's talk about what retirement in Thailand actually looks like. Before we talk about money, I think we need to change the question because I actually think most people are asking the wrong question. Instead of asking, can I retire in Thailand on Social Security? I think the better question is, what kind of retirement do I want? Think about it. Two people can both live in Thailand. One spends $1,500 per month. The other spends $5,000 or $3,000. Neither one is wrong. They're simply different lifestyles. Someone living in rural Kansas has completely different expenses than someone living in downtown Manhattan. Thailand works the same way. Bangkok is different from Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai is different from Phuket. And Phuket is different from Hua Hin. Even in Bangkok, someone renting a luxury condo next to a BTS within walking distance under 5 minutes will spend much more than someone living 20 minutes outside the city center. So before we even discuss Social Security, I want you to stop comparing yourself to random numbers you see online. Instead, start imagining the lifestyle you actually want. Do you picture yourself cooking most meals at home or eating out every day? Are you eating out at local places or are you eating at Western chains? Living in a modern condo? Walking to coffee shops? Traveling around Southeast Asia every month? These choices matter much more than people realize. Before our trip, I honestly had no idea what life in Thailand would cost. I'd been to Thailand before, but I've never tracked the numbers. I'd watched dozens of YouTube videos. I read Facebook posts, browsed blogs. Everyone had different numbers. Some claimed they lived comfortably on $1,500, even under $1,000. Others insisted you need $4,000. I was confused. Then I actually went, we bought groceries, we rode public transportation, we stayed in hotels, we took Grabs, ordered food, we got massages, we went to shopping malls, visited local markets, ate street food, ate at nicer restaurants, and suddenly the numbers became real instead of theoretical. It's one thing to read someone else's budget, and it's completely another thing to live it yourself. Let's imagine someone receiving around $2,000 a month in Social Security. Could they make Thailand work? Possibly, but there could be trade-offs. Maybe they live outside of Bangkok. Maybe they cook more meals at home. Maybe they use public transportation instead of Grab. Maybe they don't travel every month. Maybe they signed a long lease at an older condo as opposed to living at high-rise condos with superior amenities every month and changing it on short-term rentals every month. Many people would gladly make those trade-offs if it meant waking up in Thailand every morning instead of stretching every dollar in a high-cost American city. But it's important to go into it with realistic expectations. This probably isn't a lifestyle where you're staying at 5-star hotels every weekend. It's comfortable, intentional lifestyle, but honestly, many retirees, that sounds pretty wonderful. You don't have to work. You can just collect Social Security and live a much better quality of life on $2,000 budget. What if your Social Security benefit is higher? Or what if you're receiving Social Security plus a small pension or an investment income? That's where retirement in Thailand can start to look very different. And honestly, much more comfortable. So let's say your social security check is much higher, or maybe a small pension on top of it. Maybe you saved a little money in your 401k, or perhaps you have some investment income that supplements your social security. So this is where I think retirement in Thailand becomes really exciting, because now you're not just surviving, you're not just escaping America, you're starting to have choices. Personally, this is where I think most Americans watching this video probably want to be. Not luxury, not scraping by, just comfortable and higher quality of life. Imagine waking up in a modern condo, walking downstairs to grab fresh coffee, maybe taking a short walk through the neighborhood before it gets too hot, taking the BTS or MRT into Bangkok without worrying about traffic, meeting friends for lunch, getting a 1-hour massage once or twice a week because it's actually affordable, stopping by the grocery store on your way home, cooking dinner a few nights each week, and eating out the other nights. That's not some fantasy. It's actually very doable in Thailand and Bangkok. That's everyday life for many retirees in Thailand. One thing that surprised me was just how much people seem to enjoy life and the lack of stress there is. There wasn't the same feeling of rushing everywhere, people hustling or working nonstop just to pay bills. People sat in coffee shops, families gathered together, parks were full in the evenings, and it reminded me that retirement isn't only about stretching your dollar. It's about creating a lifestyle you actually enjoy waking up to. Just the general feel is so peaceful. It wasn't perfect. No place is perfect, but I could absolutely understand why so many retirees fall in love with Thailand. I stopped thinking Thailand as a simple vacation destination, and I started seeing it as a place where people actually live peacefully, quite happily, content. Now let's talk about something I think everyone wonders about, healthcare. If you ever thought about retiring overseas, I'm willing to bet healthcare is near the top of your list of concern. It certainly was for me. And before traveling, I had this assumption that healthcare outside the United States probably wouldn't be very good. Honestly, I don't even know where the idea came from, but it's just something I'd always believed. And we have been programmed to think this way, that we're the best, we have the best healthcare, we have the best everything. But then we started talking to expats, reading their experiences, learning about private hospitals in Thailand. My husband actually went and had some dental care done, and I experienced healthcare other countries. Many retirees actually choose Thailand because of their healthcare system. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice, and everyone's healthcare needs are different. But I would strongly encourage you to research this for yourself. Don't assume if you're looking for a great place with healthcare options at an affordable price, Thailand is actually one of the best countries for that. Some hospitals in Bangkok have international departments. They have English-speaking staff, modern facilities. Many retirees report paying significantly less than what they would in the United States. Again, do your own research, but don't let outdated assumptions stop you from exploring what's possible. And most expats that I know in Thailand just pay out of pocket. They don't even have medical insurance. It's so cheap. They just pay out of pocket if they need dental cleaning, or if they, need to go see a doctor, get a prescription. Prescriptions are like $3-4. It's ridiculous compared to the US. And you don't need a lot of the stuff that we need prescription for in the US. You just go to the pharmacy and they would hand it to you without prescription. Like if you need a prescription, then you call the hospital today, and the same day or the next day you see a doctor, and then they will just prescribe to you whatever that is. And the prescription is actually much cheaper than the US. Even having US health insurance and your copay or whatever out of pocket you pay is Thailand, you pay fully out of pocket, and it's cheaper than with insurance in the US. But healthcare isn't actually what surprised me the most about Thailand. There was something else. You know what surprised me the most? It wasn't the prices. It wasn't the food. It wasn't the transportation. It was how normal life felt. After just a few days in Bangkok, we had a routine. We had morning coffee. We'd walk to the BTS, take the boat, go to Icon Siam, and grab groceries on the way back, doing some laundry, watching a movie, working on YouTube, meeting people, going for massages. It didn't feel like we were constantly on vacation. It felt like life. It felt like that city, especially Bangkok, was built for living. That realization was huge, because retirement isn't about being on vacation forever. It's about creating a daily life you actually enjoy and excited to wake up to. If you're enjoying this conversation, I would really appreciate it if you hit the likes and subscribe button. Every week I share what we're learning as we prepare for our own slow travel journey and retirement overseas. I'm not pretending to have all the answers. I'm simply sharing our experiences. So hopefully your journey becomes a little bit easier. And if that sounds like something you would enjoy, I would love to have you be part of this channel by subscribing. Thailand is not for everyone. I want to be honest, because Thailand isn't going to be a perfect retirement destination for everyone. You may miss your family. You may struggle with heat. You may struggle with the air pollution during certain parts of the year. You may prefer driving instead of using public transportation. You may want to be closer to your grandchildren. You may simply discover that another country fits you better than Thailand. And that's okay. One thing I've learned through all of this is that retirement overseas isn't about finding the best country, or maybe you prefer just traveling from country to country. It's about finding the best country for you or the lifestyle that fits you. That's a huge difference. Some people fall in love with Chiang Mai, others prefer Malaysia or Vietnam. Others may discover Portugal or Mexico or Japan fits them better. There isn't one right answer. There's only your answer. So let's get back to the original question. Can you retire in Thailand on Social Security alone? My answer is yes, for some people, but I don't think that's the most important question. The more important question is, would you enjoy the lifestyle on your Social Security alone? Because retirement isn't about surviving. It's about building a life that makes you excited about waking up every morning. You didn't leave your country, move to another country just so you can barely survive. And if your Social Security allows you to live the lifestyle you want, wonderful, then great, it works. Yes, you can retire on Social Security alone in Thailand if that's the life that you want, the lifestyle you want. But if it doesn't, then you might want to look somewhere else to supplement it. Maybe you supplement it with part-time work, maybe wait another year or two, or choose, I prefer not waiting, but choose some less expensive city in Thailand, or get a side hustle, make YouTube videos, or work online, remote, whatever your expertise is. If you spend 20, 30, 40 years of your life working, your whole life, you have some kind of expertise, you have some kind of skill. Obviously, you've been doing your whole life, and you can put that into use online and make a side income to supplement your Social Security. There are usually more options than we first realize. So you just have to think a little bit more creatively, think outside the box. We got to start thinking outside the box and outside the programming of our brain in the United States. There's so many options to make money to supplement your Social Security income. If I could give you one piece of advice, it would be this. Don't make permanent decisions based on a temporary assumption. Instead, do what my husband and I did. Go see it for yourself. Spend a month, spend 3 months, whatever time you can spend there, rent a condo, stay in a hotel, ride the BTS, buy groceries there, and try out the food, visit the park, sit in coffee shops, experience different neighborhoods, take ferry across the Chao Phraya River, experience ordinary life, stay in Chiang Mai, Bangkok, Hua Hin, Phuket, whatever, different parts of Thailand to see what lifestyle fits you the best and how much it's going to actually cost you. Experience an ordinary life there, not a vacation life, because that's the life you'll actually be living. You might discover something surprising. Maybe Thailand becomes your dream retirement destination, or maybe you realize that Vietnam fits you better, or Malaysia, or Japan, or somewhere you hadn't even considered, and you are on your journey to discover it, and that's okay. Either way, you'll be making a decision based on your own experience, not someone else's opinion, not because you watched YouTube videos. One thing I've learned through this journey is that retirement isn't a destination. It's a design project. You're designing your ideal day, not your ideal vacation. What does your perfect Tuesday look like? Not Christmas, not your birthday, not a vacation, just an ordinary Tuesday afternoon. Would you rather spend it sitting in traffic or walking to your favorite coffee shop? Would you rather worry about stretching every dollar or feel like your retirement income finally goes farther and you don't have to stress about bills or property tax or car insurance bills? Would you rather dream about traveling or actually be traveling? Those questions matter much more than comparing someone else's monthly budget. Before I let you go, I want to leave you with one thought. If you're between the ages of 45 and 65 from the United States, you probably have fewer years ahead of you than behind you. I don't say that to be negative. I say it because it's incredibly freeing. Many of us spent decades working, raising families, paying mortgages, taking care of everyone else. Then one day we wake up and realize, if I don't start building the life I've been dreaming about soon, when will I? And you don't have to move to Thailand. You don't have to retire overseas, but I do hope you give yourself permission to explore what's possible, whether it's on Social Security or other sources of income. Research the country, price one apartment, watch one more video, but most importantly, take one retirement scouting trip. Small steps, repeated consistently, can completely change the direction of your future. Honestly, that's exactly what my husband and I are doing right now. We're taking one step after another, and I'd love for you to come along with us. If you enjoyed today's video, I think you'll really like this next one. How much money do you really need to retire in Southeast Asia? In that video, I break down different retirement lifestyles and show why there isn't only one magic retirement number that works for everyone. And I'll put right here on the screen. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe and support the channel. Every week, I share honest experiences and practical retirement tips, real costs, and what we're learning as we work towards our own dream of retiring early and traveling the world. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. Until next time, take one small step toward your dream retirement life. And I'll see you in the next video.